Hey, Shin, you know what this little guy is? You know, it kind of looks like a mini-me. If said mini-me was stuck inside of some resin. Who would do that to this poor figure? How's he able to breathe? You know what, GMK, I got an idea. And it involves this hammer. Kind of looks like you've been waiting for an excuse to use that. Yeah, maybe shut up. Hey, whoa, no. If I was gonna let somebody break this, I would've just gave it to Arnez. What do you mean by that? I retract that statement. I don't want you to break it. JMK, I think he's hiding something. I'm kinda of the same opinion. You know what? I don't have to explain anything to you guys. I'm just gonna go back upstairs. You guys have fun. You're not getting the hammer. I'll see you guys later. Alright, so on a high note, if Steve's been doing anything fishy, I'm sure he's probably filmed it for some monetary gain. Well, thankfully, he kinda left his phone on the side of the table. Shall we? Okay, so why is there a big titty Godzilla girl on the front of his phone? Wouldn't you want a big titty Godzilla girl on the front of your phone? Hey, got me there. If I had to guess, his password's probably the shape of an L. Loser. You know, that's kind of mean. And also sadly worked. Ooh, nice Mothra. Alright, Rebor, we're just gonna use you as a prop for a second. Huh, so there's something here called a hammer versus. I have a strange inkling this is the thing we're searching for. How can you tell? You know what, if I gotta answer that, you don't need to know. Just hit play.
I don't think I'm actually breaking him, I just think it's... Oh! He flew across the thing.
Steve! Why would you do that to them? You know what, to be fair, I kind of want to keep watching. Listen to Rangers, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. My thumbs are a little bit burnt, so just as a heads up, I also got a little bit of red dye on them because I've been working on some customs. So they look a little ugly, but I apologize. Anyways, today we're going to be going over the REBOR Specimen from the Odyssey series. Oddity series. I don't know why I said Odyssey. It's not like this is on like an epic journey. Could be. But anyways, with the Godzilla 2016 Embryo. It's from the Confidential collection. That's kind of cool. But what this is Shin Godzilla. It's supposed to be kind of like its first form if they caught it and decided to keep it sealed for our safety. I got the Resinite version. It's got a little number here with the barcode on the front. Caution, keep away from fire and radiation. It's fragile, handle with care. Do not drop. Definitely don't drop this. Also, I'd appreciate if my box wasn't so smashed. That's kind of the way it came, which is a little sad. The main reason I bought this is just because I really like Shin Godzilla and also thought this was a very unique looking item to have. I thought it'd also just make for like a neat little display piece with some of the other Shin Godzilla stuff, especially the Monster Arts items. Probably be really cool with the X Pluses too, especially if you got a gigantic to kind of stick it next to. Like if you have the gigantic and then stage 2 and 3 to go along with it, that'd be kind of sweet. But anyways, we're just going to get into this. So without further ado, for the packaging, I already kind of went over the front, but it's got this black hexagonal pattern on the back here, with a couple of, it kind of makes it look like a picture with the little bars here. Nothing too much on the sides. Got some copyright information on the bottom here with some Liga Momo Jumbo. Got some stuff you could scan. And then on the back of the package just tells you about the other ones you could have got. Because I imagine each of the boxes would have been a different color depending, because there was a red version and a yellow, but I opted to go with the more yellow ember look. But anyways, let's get this guy opened up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got it opened up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, it comes in this foam insert, which I actually really like. And the other thing I really like too is if you take the front off, ta-da! Shows you the well, I want to call it a figure. It's more like a statue, I guess. But one thing I really like about this, and we'll get into the actual item, but because the entire thing is made out of, I'm assuming it's acrylic, possibly resin. It's really heavy, but it's translucent. It's got yellow dye to it. I can also see myself in it, but I kind of worry about scuffing this thing because it is translucent. And the thing that I think is really cool about this little foam piece is that you can kind of just leave this inside it as a display option. So you can have it sitting on your shelf without having to really worry about scratching it or getting something to put underneath it in case it slides or what have you. That and also, I personally kind of want to Because you can always just separate this little seam back here and put a light in the back. And then you can have it illuminate. It'd be a quick, easy way to make like a little display without having to really like fork over any money or do like a fancy case or something for it. Like it's already pretty well set up. It wouldn't look too bad personally. But anyways, let's get this guy out of here. Also expands pretty nicely. One thing I did notice when getting this out, at least for mine, we did a live stream unboxing. You'll see here there's a little bit of the, I don't know if it's the glue from the packaging, but it's definitely still on here. But it'll scratch, like you could scratch it off. Just be kind of wary. Also, mine's got like a little line going on in it. I don't know if that's just the way it like sat. Because you kind of see it here. It lifts up a bit. And then it disappears over on this corner. So I'm wondering maybe that's just like, maybe they're each set up in sections and then it was cut. It's maybe how that was done. I would imagine you'd probably just make a, like it had like a form, you just sit in it. Although I am kind of curious on how they got it to just like float in the middle without any kind of stand to go along with it. Because usually you would have some kind of like support somewhere that would be connected to the bottom so it could like float in whatever you're sealing it in. So that kind of makes me think there might have been a cap or something, which would be weird. But anyways, you can let me know in the comment section below if you guys got a good idea. But it does, looking at it, it has like a really clean look to it. Like this was definitely designed on purpose. Like it's actually like living organism that they encased inside of this and not just a nice looking prop. Because I would think like from the front it would look great. On the back there might be like some kind of stand or something peeking through. That or maybe it's just like when you set it in, it would kind of just float and then you just pour over top of it. To be honest, that's probably what happened. But anyways, looks really good. I like the shade of yellow and the kind of like the nice hue that it gives to the kaiju. It makes it kind of look older. Like it's almost like sitting in ember, which I always thought was really cool. And it also gives like Zilla here a nice little tint to him. Which, at least looking at the clear, it didn't look like it was really giving it the same thing. Because you can see here towards the top here, it has the flesh tone on the leg. But the deeper you get, the more the yellow kind of tints everything. So like the eye has a bit of a yellow hue. While the arm, you can still see a little bit of that pink on it. Same with parts of the tail. You can still see some of the flesh tones. But again, you do like the back and the dorsal spine, it definitely has more of a yellow and a brownish orange color to it. But you can see on the sides here, you got the gills. You have his little tail here. And he's also got like this nice little fetus pose where he's got the baby curl. The dorsal spines look really good. You can see from the mold where they snipped it off there on the head. Kind of looks like there's one on the foot there too, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely on the head though. But it's not super distracting anyways. But the dorsal spines look good. Only thing that's a little weird, like in terms of like the movie, is essentially like we know Form 1 was just kind of a really big tail. This kind of makes him, you think he's almost fully formed, right? But he didn't really have arms until you got to the third-ish form. He kind of had nubs at that point. This makes it seem like he had them originally, but then like lost them and then got them back, maybe. But the eye definitely makes him look super freaking creepy. And you can still see a bit of the pink there for the iris, which is really good too. It's actually got a huge freaking cranium. But what's nice too is you rotate them. You could definitely see the depth, which I really like too, of the figure here. Because again, it makes it look a little bit more real. Because looking at it from the side, you can see that it's a little bit 3D, but it has like this nice flat presentation, kind of like a picture. But when you rotate it, you can see all the dorsal spines and all the detailing and the crevices. See on the back here, you can see the way the tail kind of folds in. Same with the top of the head here. And this gives it definitely more of a 3D look to it. But then you come around to the back, looks flat again. And I really like how they pulled off that kind of look, because it gives it this nice little optical illusion. Also, one thing is I am terrified of my ring here, like scratching into this. That's for sure. One thing I will say is handling this thing, I'm a little scared. I don't think, like, it's pretty freaking durable, so I don't think, like, tipping over, you're going to have an issue. If you drop it, I could see that. Kind of want to, wish I would have got an extra one of these for a Hammer versus. Just, I'm kind of curious to see how this figure would actually feel and how durable this material actually is. But they didn't make that many of these, so I really didn't want to go to Pound Town with it. But it seems sturdy enough to me. Again, I'm more worried about scuffing this thing than I do actually damage this thing, just with continuous handling. Because even, like, me touching this could eventually maybe rub off the lettering here. Because I'm pretty sure this is just a decal over top of this. So again, don't really want to touch it too much. Same with the white here, could discolor it with a lot of contact. So especially like if you're going to store this anywhere, make sure it's not in super like natural light places, because that could discolor this over time as well. But for the decals, you got the radioactive and the biohazard symbol. You got what it is with the Resinite. Same thing on the front of the baggage. Caution, keep away from fire, radiation, fragile, handle with care, do not drop. And that just tells you what it is. And that's pretty much it. No articulation, of course, because he's kind of stuck in there. But pretty sweet. Also, not really anything to compare it to, because it's kind of its own unique little thing. Like, if you guys want to see it next to a Monster Arts, here you go. It's a little shorter than Shin. Next to like the Playmate Skullcrawler, just kind of grabbing things off my floor. It's a little, Skullcrawler is a little longer, but this definitely has a lot more heft than these guys. Like, you could just use this for hammer versus. So overall, for the REBOR Oddities Specimen G-2016 Embryo, this thing's cool. Like, if you really like Shin Godzilla, I think this is definitely something you should try to acquire. Especially sooner or later, because these guys will go up in price. And with there being a little bit of a variety in what you can get, between the red, the yellow, and the white, there's kind of something for everybody. So say you don't really like the yellow, but you think like the red would look really cool, there's an option. But super glad I got it. I picked it up for 45. I think it was 45 bucks plus shipping. Which I think is pretty reasonable for it, especially with the heft and compared to a lot of the other REBOR stuff. Definitely seems like a worthwhile buy. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite REBOR Oddities collectible, or is legendary just more you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. Guys, looking to give with the new channel, donate. We greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.